and checking the audio. The game audio is playing, so that's a good sign. Microphone says it's running. Okay. Microphone audio, game audio, both playing appropriately. No?
Sucker for love. Date
Okay.
to die for.
It's a bit quieter at the start of the song. Hello. Welcome back to, well, the end of the Sucker for Love Revisited series. Concluding Date to Die For. So we actually be going through the chapter 1000 here. So we've gone through all of chapter 1 here, chapter 2. I'm surprised there aren't more bad ends marked. Chapter 999. And so we will be moving on to chapter 1000. Where we got the good end last time. I know there are 2 more endings.
Date to die.
Presumably a bad ending of Don't Stop Nyanthotep and a Listen to Nyanthotep. I've been awfully anxious about seeing like this ending, well, these endings, because like, well, one I really like the good end of Date to Die For. I feel that feels very good and kind of conclusive. And when I've tried thinking about what the alternative ending would be, I keep getting, like, just very bad thoughts that I'm not sure they'd go for. I am concerned about. I'm gonna try and put that aside, see what actually happens. Something is very wrong. Did I doze off while reading? My daydreaming always turns into regular dreaming when I do. Is this why I was reading? I've got to get home. I'm sorry for falling asleep in your store, but I've got to get... Someone hung themselves right next to me while I was sleeping. Is that Moo? Did Buck get to her? I feel sick, so sick. The floor slips under my feet and I fall back hard, loudly knocking books to the ground. I assume they're books. I can't see anything. Everything goes black. What an awful dream.
Hey! No, wake up, you! Oh my gosh, did I break the human? Stupid, stupid, stupid!
Are you an alien?
No, I'm a mysterious, sexy librarian type. Look past my aloof and distant nature and fall in love with me ironically.
An alien is playing with a corpse in front of me. An alien is playing with a corpse in front of me. This can't be real. I must be dreaming still.
It's not a dead body, promise. It's just a doll I use to interact with humans. Sorry to scare you. I was just hanging it up to dry, see? Also, hey, I'm not an alien. Shock ops are from Earth too, you know.
I must ask, like, does Stardust spawn into, like the world when a dream starts? Or, like, did Moo just think that she could just hang the body up the little doll to drive next to a sleeping Stardust and, you know, get back to piloting it before she wakes up. Rhok'zans, huh? Plural? There's more of you just walking around on Earth.
We live where all the undiscovered nightmare fuel hangs out. Bottom of the Pacific Ocean. Not my fault you guys went to space before 100%ing your own planet.
Like 100 miles from the ocean, what are you even doing all the way in the countryside?
Well, one day, I grew tired of the darkness beneath the waves, and upon tentacle and maw, I skulked upon your shores. For one reason. You can't write smut underwater.
What a trivial reason. You know, I think that I would have heard on the news about giant tentacle monsters roaming through the country.
You think so, but I am a master of disguise and an expert on human linguistics. I've studied your culture extensively from the water, and I've mastered every language and can speak them in any accent. Check out my cowboy voice. Howdy, partner.
Whoa, it's like you're a real cowboy.
Thank you. Though, to be honest, I only learned to read, speak, and write your languages so I could read your human books. They're far superior to cosmic scriptures. Don't get me started on the localizations.
But that seems like a lot of effort.
My complex motives are far beyond mortal comprehension.
I thumb idly along the spines of books written in English. They have suggestive titles. You learned every human language just so you could consume all our smut.
Maybe they weren't as complex as I thought.
You also make lifelike human models and learned every language that humans speak.
I have a thing for humans, okay?
Looking around the store, a lot of these books are eldritch curios and lore, but some of these books... Big, Slippery Shoggoth Girlfriends Volume 2. My little night gaunt, can't this be... pretty good. There are explicit stories about love between humans and eldritch entities. I know these kinds of books even existed. Did she make all these? And aren't you the one who's been writing my ultra-dangerous reality-bending ritual books?
Nah. Well, I mean, yeah, but I mainly just write smutty dojins and such.
Sorry, I'm just having trouble wrapping my mind around that. They seem like two completely dissonant skills.
Yeah, those two hobbies are completely unrelated.
I raise an inquisitive eyebrow. Wait a minute.
What?
So you make smut books fantasizing about humans and eldritch gods meeting, and then also make spell books that would allow humans and eldritch gods to meet in real life.
Wait, I know what it sounds like, but I can explain.
Go ahead.
I've got nothing. I'm a disaster for human eldritch love.
You indirectly summoned reality... you indirectly summoned reality-ending gods to a realm just so you could watch them date humans. I love her little heart highlight.
I'd say I pretty directly summoned them, actually.
Also, why the heck did you make the ritual so freaking scary?
They're rituals for an outer god. They're all scary. All the time.
If you're supposed to be helping me, why'd you put the most important ritual at the very end?
What? The uprooting ritual? Eldritch rituals are serious business. Doing them out of order could cause who knows what.
Hi, Ballistic. Moo, casually causing 100% of the problems? Yes. Yes, she really does cause 100% of the problems. Hey, hi. Good morning. Hope you're doing, well so far.
And it's not like I've been asleep at the wheel here. I've been changing the books each time I find a potentially quicker, safer path to uprooting. But there's only so many options when humans outright can't produce some sounds needed for many incantations.
I haven't had a problem so far.
Say Worcestershire sauce.
Okay, you've made your point.
All I was trying to say is that it's a cryptographic marvel that you can consistently perform these rituals, and that I'm a genius. That's all I'm really trying to say.
Oh, is that all?
Besides, Roxy loves the rituals. She's a god, she likes rituals. And the scarier they are, the faster you fall in love.
That's not how that works at all.
It totally worked. Roxy likes you. Like, she likes you. Oh, she's got it bad.
Really?
Oh yeah. I'm writing fanfics of the two of you right now. This stuff is hot. Let's see. Tax. Pining, slow burn, one-sided.
It's not one-sided.
It's not!
Wait, I mean, well, she's really gorgeous.
Height difference.
Wait, no.
Size difference, age difference, mommy, monster girl. Wait, is Roxy a monster girl or a furry? I'll add them both and let the algorithm work its magic. Roxanne, Stardust. Oh my god! Your ship name is Rockstar! Or Starzan?
Hey, I hate to kill the fun, but a lot of people have gotten really hurt because you made this book, including me.
It was never supposed to be like this. I thought only good things could come from summoning Roxy to your world. She just wants Earth to be one big happy family. And she's a wonderful mother.
I do feel that Moo really is what, like, would... This game really is what would happen if you gave the ability to warp reality to any person that has ever written, like, fan fiction. Just, like, whether they had intended it or not, it would just sort of result in earth-shattering calamities.
And she's kind. She's the only one who didn't laugh me out of Astrid's court when I suggested that humans and Eldritch entities belong together. In fact, she agreed with me.
And then you gave the book to the toughest person. Buck has an IQ of -5. I mean... yeah... I'm sure, as, like, I know Moo, like, mentions that, like, it wasn't, like, Buck was supposed to be, like, perfect, but, that's kind of the problem when, you aren't holding the pen there, Moo, and just sort of relying on people to make the best choices. You end up with Buck. Wait, why can't Buck remember who gave him the book? Is he stupid? Yes. I suppose it really depends on whether or not Moo gave him the book in person. Moo gave Stardust the book, in person from like, well, arguably chapter 2 onward, but, as far as, like, going back to, like, the first game, the spellbook, the Ln'eta spellbook is, left outside Dee's door, so it's possible that she just sort of put the book in front of, like, Buck's, like, door, and he just found it. I could also see her having thrown it at him from, like, a bush. That seems kind of in character for Moo.
We made the book together. An all-in-one ritual book full of spells that would make the perfect date. Plus an abort button, the uprooting ritual, in case the human needed to be rescued from Roxy. We picked the perfect human together, too. A young, handsome human man who had already spent so much time and money fruitlessly trying to contact Rhok'zan on his own. He flew through the rituals, started a huge family in her worship, and grew the 1,000 to such a size that the whole world was under Rhok'zan's influence. They never really clicked like I had hoped, but he had his god, and Rhok'zan had her family. They were so happy and carefree. But you should never be carefree when dealing with cosmic forces beyond reckoning.
A himbo? Yeah. They sure did entrust cosmic power to a himbo. Probably not the best plan.
At some point, Buck decided to steal a smooch outside of Black Ceremony, completely out of order and without consulting the ritual book first. Instead of causing some obscure ritual to fail disastrously, something far worse happened. He accidentally performed a certain ritual perfectly, by pure bad luck. The Kiss of Immortality ritual. It was sealed with the smooch he stole.
I'm really curious as to how he accidentally cast the Kiss of Immortality. I'm gonna have to reread that spell. just to see how likely it was that he lucked into that.
He tried everything to reverse his immortality. When nothing worked, he changed. So many people, so many humans that Rhok'zan considered her children. All these realities later, he's still tormenting her. I don't know if it's revenge or if he's got some other plan in mind, but he's never going away. What a big fat screw up this was. If Roxy, if all the gods can't find happiness with a human, there's no hope for any of us cosmic entities. Between you and me, Roxy is the hottest one in the family by far. So, that's why I'm trusting you with my books. I hope it's not too weird to say, but I think after seeing you time and time again, that I should have given you the book to begin with.
Honestly, I don't dislike Buck as a character, but I genuinely can't see him as a villain because he's just so incompetent. I understand that. I think a large part of the reason Buck comes across as so incompetent is partly because of the narrative having to be structured the way it is. That there's supposed to be this the 1,000 don't want to risk their immortal bodies to that danger, that injury that might last forever, to fight Stardust head on. But Buck ends up with that same problem and just sort of keeps throwing more people at Stardust after it clearly hasn't worked, as opposed to trying to resolve the problem in other fashions. Such as setting traps, or making sure that Stardust isn't able to get into the building. And I suppose it's possible that he has tried those and they just haven't worked. But it also results in him seeing very comically stupid. But yeah, as a villain, he really just sort of seems like somebody needed to sort of sit him down and talk to him, which is just what Stardust does. Talk to him, and he gets over himself. I feel like if Buck had just had more restraints put on him, like most of the 1,000 being too far away, having no time once reality restarts set up, etc., then he wouldn't seem as incompetent. No, I definitely agree with that. He's still incompetent if he has 1,000 years per attempt, If he had like 10, it'd be more reasonable. Yeah, like, I think it's unclear exactly how much time he has between, like, cycles, because Stardust only becomes cognizant of the start of a new dream, the start of a new cycle, in this bookshop. So, like, it's entirely possible that he, like, spawns in and is like, cool, I've got to get through a ever-growing list of things to prepare for, and that's not a great thing to be cast stuck doing. I suppose one could also interpret that part of his incompetency is that he's just sort of throwing people at Stardust so that he can prepare for his, like, big fight. Like, perhaps he is going out and researching and memorizing all of the spells that he is using in, like, this chapter. But then again, that is making presumptions and adding information to the story that isn't there. Based on the story that is there, Buck's kind of an idiot. I mean, at one point I was said to be a millennium, and other times it's said to be several centuries, so he absolutely has immense planning time. I suppose that's definitely true. I suppose it then kind of becomes the question of is that time on Earth or in the void, between dreams? Because if it's counting all of the time in between dreams, then Buck probably, has plenty of time to think about it, not as much time to assess and plan out how he's going to do it. At this point, I am just sort of arguing in defense of Buck based off of information that I'm sort of inventing. So, well, I'm glad the book eventually found its way to me, but it's like a passed baton. Every leg of the sprint leading up to me was significant and worthwhile. If I've got to pass it again, I think I'm okay with that, but I also think I would really like to be the one that gets to cross the finish line. One who gets to show Roxy just how far we ran together.
Okay, that's it. You two are too perfect. Sorry, Roxy, you're gonna kill me for this, but you can't expect me to sit through 1,000 episodes of Stardust dying before you can admit how you feel.
Still 1,000 years of planning, time between each attempt. It's 1,000 attempts. I suppose it's technically, like, it's possibly way more than 1,000 attempts, too. Because, technically, every time that, like, you die in, like, one of the chapters is still canon. All those deaths to Billy are still canon, which means that he just tried calling Billy back, like, 6 times before, like, Stardust eventually beat Billy in some fashion. Yeah, because Stardust loses many. Yeah.
Here you go, you crazy kid. It's the Kiss of Immortality ritual. Do us all a favor and end up together already.
There's bare minimum like a few hundred rock blooms. Yeah. Like, I'd say, like, we're dealing with, like, this having repeated, like, at least 1,500 times or so. Like, most of the rooms are just filled wall to wall with rot blooms. The floor crunches. Wait, that's the same ritual that Buck did. Becoming permanent. This means I'll never die, no matter what. Even when reality ends again, will I end up like Buck? Holding the sinister page fills me with a palpable dread. This ritual is what started all this. It's what caused Buck to go mad. It's what turned 1,000 against Rhok'zan. It's what made every reality a nightmare. It's what caused me to suffer and perish countless times. But it's also what brought me to Rhok'zan. I think this is it. I think it's the key to ending all this for good. It's how I can stop Buck and the nightmares.
Oh? Fighting fire with fire?
Not exactly. Once I cast this, my fate will be the same as Buck's. There's no takebacks. But I have the heart to live with that. I'll live with what I'm given, no takebacks needed. Ready to accept what great highs and lows eternity has in store for me. If you give love, it comes back. If I embrace eternity, eternity will embrace me. So he has, at worst, like 1.3 million years of planning time. Maybe Buck got permanent brain damage from the fire in Chapter 1, and that's why he's so locked out. I mean, his post Chapter 2 model looks awful. Like, he looks like a zombie. So brain damage from the fire, I don't remember. In like the in the true end of Chapter 2, does Billy bash him in the head with a bat? She might. If so, add bat brain damage to that list too. He's definitely taken a lot of terrible injuries that, like, probably are messing with his head at this point. Alright, now I'm really pumped. No more baton passing. I'm going. Are you coming too?
No way, Jose! Buck's scary looking. Yeah, I know that I'm scary too. But I can't just run into the unknown like humans can. Shoggoths aren't brave like you are. I'm the only one that even left the sea, for crying out loud.
Actually, yeah, I'll assume he generally got insane brain damage from that, and because of his immortality, he's just stuck with that, with like 10% brain capacity. You know, when you interpret it like that, it really does, it really does set Buck off in a very bad position. Like, man has been struggling for millennia at this point. He really could use the healing spell that we've had with ourselves this whole time. He probably could really use it. Don't worry, you don't have to come. I have your book. That's all I've needed so far. That's all I need now.
Go get him, Stardust!
No sign of anybody. Ominous, rot bloom that Stardust is not going to acknowledge. This could be the end of my life as a mortal, couldn't it? All in all, I have to say it's been a blast, and wherever's ahead, I know there will be something to love. Okay. For gifts of immortality, simply kiss Rhok'zan and the presence of a greater rot bloom. There's no greater rot bloom pleasant stand room with Rhok'zan at least 1,000 rot bloom flowers. Oh. There are not a few hundred rot blooms. There's at least a few thousand. Oh no. Draw this symbol, chant. Flower will bloom with in 7 minutes. Eternal life awaits. Make the most of it. A section of the book has been compiled from the deaths of your past lives in order to ensure your current incarnations rise as long as possible. You've suffered in this place has earned you this advantage, so adhere to the instructions precisely. Okay. How did Like, where did the greater rot bloom come from for Buck? Like, if you need 1,000 rot bloom flowers, that means that you need to have 1,000 people with a rot bloom die in this location to spawn a greater rot bloom. Additionally, I suppose all of these then would be canonically things that Buck has sent against us in the past. If all of these are things that Buck has sent against us in the past, oh boy. As great as this game is, I need to assume the main villain has horrific crippling brain damage to justify why he makes his choices is unique. Oh, so he's had 2 million years? Fuck you, genuine moron. A room. He's had like 15 million years now. How is he this bad? Hi, y'all. Hi, Cherry. Where, has Mantis rizzed her yet? I have not summoned Rhok'zan yet. We were discussing whether, well, not even whether, just the insanity that is the canon timeline of Buck. See, flock of crows. At least once every 15 seconds, create loud noise. Does not matter what it is, only that is loud. For a minute. Okay. Pressing add upon all the things. I think the game's getting upset that I was waiting too long and looking through the spellbook. Buck has had literally like 15 million years of planning time, and he's lost 99 times so far. 0 IQ behavior. Summon Rhok'zan same as usual.
Sorry it took me a while to start dreaming this time. I was too anxious to fall asleep.
Surely Buck has been procrastinating for a million years, right? I mean, I'm sure there's got to have been a few of these times in which Buck has just sort of done nothing. Has just sort of been, you know, sitting, stewing in like a building somewhere. Surely those 15 million years were spent doing nothing, right?
So, this is it. Buck is the only remaining member of the 1,000. Are you ready for what's to come?
It's only hitting me just now that this kiss for immortality thing, isn't it kind of like asking to marry her, promising to be with her forever, sealed with a kiss, no takebacks? Holding this book feels like fumbling with an engagement ring in my
Stardust?
pocket.
Are you alright?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine.
Nervous?
Haha, you don't even know. Butterflies in my stomach are building to the point of unbearability. Just as I'm about to swallow them down, a breeze blows into the room, catching a foul stench that fills my lungs. I fall over, retching. My eyes sting and water uncontrollably. I have to actively fight the urge to hurl. Eldritch Goat deity still covers up. Chat, are we cooked? Chat, do we find this attractive? Took him 14,999,000 years to think of a 5-point plan that he had probably made for him. How? I think at this point, regarding the covering up thing, I think at this point, Rhok'zan's just really enjoying having Stardust's pajama shirt. What is that smell? Did something die?
Something didn't. He's here. I can sense him. You've got the book?
Got it. Now or never. I propped myself up on one knee and opened the book to the Kiss of Immortality ritual, revealing it to her.
Kneeling? You don't have to kneel to me for my ritual. Where did you get that? Moo!
I thought I had something to say planned, but my mind is completely blank with nerves. Say something. Anything. Roxy, I only exist because you dream about me. Without you, there'd be no me. And when I look back on my life and all things I got to do and see and do, it'd take me forever to say thank you. So I will. But Buck's inside the house. I've got to get going. Think about it, okay? I'm gonna get started on it, but I won't finish it if you don't say yes, okay? Finally, here we go, 1 versus 1. I've got only one ritual to get through. Let's do this. Okay. That's birds. Flew to interior room without windows open or closed. I hear birds, I don't see birds. Okay, pause that. Even intimidating. Are we sure we can't just hit him with a car? You could hit him with a car. He doesn't have enhanced speed, strength, durability, and certainly not intelligence. Are you saying he's mortal but wouldn't win in a gunfight? Now, he could have enhanced strength. I'm pretty sure he does have enhanced strength, but not like ridiculous strength. Like perfect athlete strength. Like the music and atmosphere and tension building really wants me to think Buck has aura, and then I remember he's genuinely just unfathomably stupid. Yes, I can't spell. Okay. January, open window. Okay. Like, hook him to a car with like a canoe and drive. I'm sure he wasn't just a buff himbo beforehand. A higher room with only one entrance, no open windows. Once inside, face the only way in. Do not look away. Waves floor smart. These dread subsides slightly softly elsewhere. Faint buzzing. That's cloud of flesh lights. Move quickly and deliberately. Just keep running. I can do that. Oh, hi, fuck. Okay. Pause to check on chat and settle my twitching hands. Who the F is dying in the background, bro? Loki, that sounded like Motts. No way Motts is sick and dying of bubonic plague again. Motts is not dying of the plague this time. They might have asthma, though. They'll be going in for like a test tomorrow about asthma. So, that's fun. You know what really shows Buck's incompetence? If he doesn't change anything from the previous stream, he knows exactly what Stardust will do. Yeah. Yeah, you got a point there. Okay, the buzzing has ceased. Got her. Faint buzzing again. This is unfortunate. But get new material. There's a whole spellbook here. You use Cloud of Flesh Mites twice. I suppose actually Cloud of Flesh Mites isn't technically a spell. Alright, it's just, he's in the area. That's why there's flesh mites. Okay. I've got to go now, Vile. Bye, Cherry. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Heart of the Woods. Do you know merge till candles blow out on their own? Be observant. Wishbone are very upset. I think we might just sort of be okay here at this point. Alright, the flower should have bloomed by now. I just need to get back. Is that Rhok'zan's scream? I've got to get back. If he was smart, would just summon firstborns, then just go here, knowing it's the only safe location for you. Yeah. If Buck was smart, like he'd do that, or he'd see that the greater rot bloom has been like formed, and he just, you know, keep summoning like monsters just to keep you away from Rhok'zan. I forgot how big that thing is.
Hey, lovebird.
Hi, Buck. What are you doing here? What are you doing to her?
Scaring her awake. Now that you're here. Easier.
I want to be so angry, but I can't be angrier that I am frustrated and confused. Buck, what is going on with your ribcage, man? I mean, you've got, like, plants growing out of it, so... Actually, I suppose that's probably your rot bloom that's growing out of your hole. Ugh. Why are you purple, Buck? Okay, so like the purple is presumably like purple is Rhok'zan's color. Like Nanny in chapter 1 bleeds purple, which is weird because she hasn't gotten like all of the crazy Rhok'zan powers. So you'd think that only people that have gotten all the crazy Rhok'zan purple powers would have purple, like, blood and presumably purple bones. I could not explain this. Maybe it's just a consequence of the magic. Why? Why would you do this? Tormenting us isn't going to change a thing. Why can't you just face the reality that you're immortal already?
The reality is that I'm immortal. I couldn't care less. If the Eternal Sleeper wakes up, the end. Immortality or not.
I vaguely remember reading something about that in Mu's library once. A god that dreams all the other gods into existence, and by extension, all of their realities. Wait, that means... You're talking about ending everything? Everything? How is torturing Rhok'zan supposed to do that? Why are you punishing her?
To make her scream loud enough that the Sleeper hears it. If she doesn't, maybe another god will.
I'll just assume he's a hopeless lunatic that affects his reasoning capabilities.
Any god that learns that I exist will start having nightmares too. Once I'm in their head, it's sheet-clutching nightmares forever. I'll never stop. I only need one screamer. I'll find them eventually. I'm human. The ultimate persistence predator.
And you would have gotten away with it, too, if it weren't for this meddling cat.
Okay, so... No, you don't have that level of aura, Buck. Okay, so... We're probably going to be seeing what happens not interrupting Nyanthrotep first.
Hello, handsome.
Auntie Nyan Nyan?
Threatening to terrorize my very sisters and granddaughters the way you so tortured my niece? I respect that. My silly flock of hens could use a good browbeating. But trying to speak to the Eternal Sleeper? Come now, that is the duty of a god, not a human playing pretend. I will articulate to you the difference.
It's kind of wild. I remember there being, like... I'm not sure if it was, like... I'm not sure to what extent, like, this was rumored, that the third game was going to be with the Eternal Sleeper, and just how ridiculous of a concept that was. What a lucky break, I can complete the kiss. Wait a minute, if Auntie Nyan Nyan drags Buck into her dream, she's going to start getting nightmares too. Buck's going to end up in the mind of the god who talks directly to the Eternal Sleeper. That's exactly what he wants. It just ending on a black screen is so funny. It makes perfect sense it would just end on a black screen, because it's just... well, it's just over. But boy, was I expecting it to have a smidgen more gravitas there.
Hey, Lovebird.
Okay, but Nyan Nyan will just mob Buck because she doesn't care about not killing him. Never mind. So, like... like, Auntie Nyan Nyan has a distinct problem of... she has a distinct problem of colossally underestimating human persistence. Because that's how, like, D gets her, is just being like, you can't not think of me because, like, for you to come after me means that I'm on your mind constantly. So, like, the thing is that anytime she would, she could just smash Buck into a pancake, and she's gonna end up thinking about Buck in, like, her dreams again, and he's just going to respawn in this horrifying state. Possibly in a worse state, too. So, like, he really, like, will just stick in her mind until, like, he breaks her because of the sheer fact that she is that overconfident. The only reason that this plan works is that Auntie Nyan Nyan is also an idiot. Okay, the issue is each time Buck appears in her dreams, she just kills him instantly, and that's just a basic chore. That's a good possibility. Although I suppose, like he can't be, like, completely destroyed. So, I mean, if she smushed him into a puddle and the puddle started talking to her, like, you know, I'm not gonna lie, that would be pretty upsetting. Like, Nightmare isn't scary if I can one-tap the monster.
Stardust!
And you would... Hello, and threat. But...
Good, he's free. It's now or never. I've never had a bad dream in my life. I've had dreams so wonderful that woke me up right at the best part. Now if I become immortal, I'll survive through her waking up this time. If he's immortal, doesn't matter. If I remove his windpipe, he isn't speaking. I mean, you're not wrong. Like, if Auntie Nyan Nyan just sort of chucked him in a fire for all of eternity, assuming he can regenerate and is just regenerating extremely slowly, he ain't going anywhere. Buck being a puddle would be indistinguishable from a normal puddle. Rhok'zan, I don't have the time to say it now, but I will have forever to say it.
You've already said it. Time after time. I love you too.
So you're okay with this? Was that a second kiss of immortality?
No, just a regular one.
I'd like to mention, this is a wild thing to just think is happening directly in front of Buck, who is just, I guess, kicking the ground, being generally annoyed.
Stardust, since I met you, I wondered how I could be so lucky. How you could have appeared so suddenly, like a bright star in the darkest sky.
Like, Buck can't do anything to stop them, but, like, boy, this gotta just be the most annoying thing for him to deal with right now.
I think it's because, despite everything, I never stopped believing in good. That someone like you had to exist somewhere. And you did. You are the good that I knew had to exist somewhere in this infinite cosmos.
Buck genuinely getting mocked right now.
Stardust, you're the most wonderful thing I could have ever dreamed up. Thank you, my twinkling Stardust.
Grandparam, you're crying. Did you have another bad dream?
No, child. Do you want to hear about it?
What? But you never want to talk about your dreams.
I had my reasons. I didn't want to fill your head with fear of humans. Now, I can tell you about love.
Love? For humans?
Hard to believe, I know. But I believe, in time, you just might come to love them too.
You know, given that Buck never bothered to explore the void between dreams until Stardust appeared, it's not insane to think he genuinely was too lazy to ever plan. Yeah, you got a good point there. There's a high likelihood that he really did just spend all of that time in the void grumbling to himself. not thinking about what he was going to do until he respawned on Earth.
Oh, keep it down, ladies.
Sleep well? Ah.
You know, out of every Stardust I've met, you've been the biggest pain in my ass!
Sorry. Where are we?
Space between dreams. Get comfortable.
Are you gonna try to kill me?
You wish. We just get to sit here and stare at each other until the next dream starts. I'll get the bookmaker. Or I'll get caught by Ln'eta. Or I'll go back to my original plan.
You can't do any of that now. I'm here, and I'm not going away ever again.
Do you even know what you're in for? Infinite, cruel, eternity.
I think in a truly infinite cosmos, you find exactly what you're looking for, eventually. You looked for cruelty in a cosmos of infinite volume and found it to no short supply. But you know what, Buck? When the dream starts again, I'm going to run barefoot through the grass. I'm going to watch scary movies. I'm going to love, be joyous, move, learn, cry, feel so much that all the bad is worth it. That's what I did when I was mortal. That's what I'll do now.
That'll end. The clock is ticking on how long you'll still be able to experience any of those things.
The clock was always ticking, Buck, and when it runs out, ashes to ashes, stardust to stardust. But there's things out there worth seeing before that happens. Things to make it all worthwhile. I swear it. You know what? Come on.
Where are you taking me?
This void is infinite, right? I bet there's an infinite number of things that make life worthwhile too, even out here. Stop me when you see it. Buck, you're just mad you genuinely got mocked by Stardust having cute horns and you're for 1,000 years. Anyway, before we get to the final dream endings, I do still really enjoy Stardust's complete shutdown of Buck's ideology there. You know, Buck spends all this time being sour and doesn't try to move on, despite having infinite time to do so. Like, he legitimately could go through and interact with, like, the entire planet. He has all of that time. He can go and explore all the different versions of everything. He just doesn't. And he's mad. I really appreciate Stardust, shutting that down. Now, how the other ending is going to look is definitely going to be a question for me. Yeah, let the music play for a little bit. I think neither of us foresees W. Now let's explore space. Literally, though. Like, literally. I think that's part of the problem, too, is that, like, Moo and Rhok'zan chose someone that was seeking Rhok'zan to begin with. So Buck was already, like, unhappy in some capacity of his life, and was looking to Rhok'zan to fix that. I think that's why he ends up being just miserable. Whereas Stardust is, genuinely pretty happy as a person. And she's had struggles, of course, but she's genuinely a pretty alright individual. So, like, when she, when she encounters the book and Rhok'zan, she's already, well, a stable individual to be given immortality to. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if that's where a lot of the, Rhok'zan saying that, like, so many of her followers don't last past, like, I think 125. Like, but they don't make it to 2 centuries. It's probably because most of the people that would go looking for immortality are not going to handle immortality, I think, very well. Like, mentally. I'm going to progress forward. Basically just sort of sit here and listen to the music, because I enjoy the music.
Stop. I'm speechless. And I'm not any closer to seeing it all.
Oh, looks like a new dream's finally starting. Ready to go duke it out again?
Maybe later. I think I prefer to stay out here. It's peaceful.
Also, Buck at the entire time has just had the option to just be in the void.
It'll take me a while to see everything. Thank you.
Rhok'zan, I can't wait to see what you've dreamt up now. What a lovely view of the countryside. It's nice to see everything be normal. Even if this room remains blocked by purple. I don't think there's ever an explanation for what's going on with that room. It's always been a thing that's kind of bothered me. Everything's all pretty and normal. Beautiful, morbid-looking flower. This must be a rock bloom. Not sure why there's a single rock bloom still in the kitchen. William Afton was holding the door shut. I mean, yeah, though. Like, what else is what other explanation is there for the door being weirdly held shut that whole time? Yeah.
Oops. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you.
Nanny, how many times have we ambushed her? Of course she'd be jumpy.
Kid, why do you still choose to just not wear a shirt?
I said I was sorry. I couldn't think of anything better to shout while I jumped out.
Like, why is that? Why is in every universe you just love to wear like an open robe?
Why did you have to jump out at all?
Nanny, Billy, Kid, you're all here. Kid put a shirt on. Yes. And none of them have the stare.
Like, of course, silly. Where else would we be? It's not like we can just leave the woods. But now that they've pretty much covered the whole planet, we can go everywhere. I can finally go shopping in Paris.
And I'll be able to go on a world tour. My fans will love it. And oh, Billy, you simply must come with me on tour. I'll need a bodyguard, and you're perfect for the role.
I'd rather eat my shoe.
Billy, stop being cranky.
Sorry. I didn't get enough violence out of my system before peace broke out.
Oh yeah, you should see outside, Stardust. Everything's different. It's a whole new world waiting to be re-explored. No reason to ever come back to this old place.
Ugh, can we please get out of here already? The wallpaper's peeling, the floorboards are rotting, and I'm pretty sure I just saw a rat the size of a chihuahua run by. Had enough of this gross old house to last a lifetime.
It's so ironic given that the wallpaper isn't peeling and everything just looks normal.
This is her childhood home.
Oh, I mean, it's, nice.
Wait. You knew that she lived here? I spent forever trying to figure that out. Why didn't you help me or leave me a note or something? I was your boss.
What's your 1 rep max on bench press?
Guys, if it's all the same, I might take a moment to say goodbye to this place. I'll be outside in a sec.
No worries. The rest of your family already got their chance to pack up and say their goodbyes. Only fair you get your turn.
My family's here too?
Oh yeah, they're totes outside. Your folks are, like, really hitting it off with Rhok'zan.
Color me shocked. Who could have possibly expected that a goddess of fertility and a married couple with 10 kids would get along?
But, like I said, no rush. Especially if you don't want to get caught in the crossfire of their grandkids discussion.
Take all the time you need. We'll wait for you.
Kid realizing Billy wasted literally millions of years of his time. Yeah. The trio steps outside into the daylight, leaving me to what will likely be last goodbyes to this house. See, this is the this is the problem of this is the problem of the 1,000. Like, the more people that are involved, the more likely you have like Billies and nannies who will seek their own ends or their own opinions, more so than whatever Buck's got planned.
What's Buck got planned?
Oh, just more generally, explaining, okay, so, like, hi Motts, welcome.
Hello.
What I was particularly going over was, that, Billy casually, revealing that, she's known, that this has been, Stardust's childhood home for, like, since chapter 2.
Mm-hmm.
And has never told Kid this information. Information that Kid spent, forever trying to learn. So that they could ambush Stardust when, like, she's a child or something. Buck on his mate literally have 19,990,000 years of planning time, and he never asked Billy if she knew. So
how you doing?
I'm alright. We're about to see what the other ending looks like. We were discussing about the length of time that Buck had spent doing nothing in the void, including not looking in the void.
Well now, aren't you just full of surprises? When you first stumbled into these woods, cheeks wet with tears of rage, your only desire was to see these twisted trees burn. For a moment, I thought you'd forgotten your quest so easily, in exchange for a flutter of lashes and a flash of thigh. It seems I may have misjudged your resolve. A mistake I do not often make.
By the way, an interesting note is that while everything is the same, like the house is very normal now, there's a couple small exceptions.
Yeah.
There is a rot bloom in the kitchen.
Oh, interesting.
And the butterfly is still caught in its web.
I see.
Loki, I didn't know there was another ending here. Yes, there's the listen to Auntie Nyan Nyan ending.
Yes.
Which I have been concerned about because, like, thinking about what it could entail is sort of like, I'm not sure how well that's going to go.
Those seeking to destroy the Black Woods inevitably become compelled to worship it. That boastful promise is printed in every version of this contemptible book. Will you prove them liars and burn them down in a fit of mortal defiance? Or will you prove them right and spend your immortal days simpering at my niece's cloven hooves like a love-struck fool in the very Eden you swore to raise to ashes? The agony of indecision suits you, little matchstick. Though I do hope you choose to burn it all down. I've never cared for happy endings. Or goodbyes, for that matter.
I want to be able to hear things.
Sure, I can hear the probable sadness or whatever's going to happen in this godforsaken timeline.
Cute Yuri couple versus evil intimidating cat has never been more true.
Yes.
Yes. Well, I'm not, I'm obviously not thrilled with this idea, but we're here to see the ending.
Completionist. Yeah, that's about as much as I imagined.
Yeah, I mean, like, literally the entire planet catches
why?
fire.
I still don't.
Seeing as Blackwoods cover the planet, this would just kill everyone.
That's
Yep.
exactly, yeah. The thing that me and Mantis don't like about the idea of this ending is not that it's a bad end, because it's clearly the bad end. It's that it says it's the true end.
The truth end.
The truth end. Okay, it's the truth end. That could mean it's not the true end, actually, then. But
Yeah.
still, like, that's what me and Mantis were like, that seems like an awful counter to the themes of the game ending.
Okay, so the fact that there is nothing else, this is the ending.
Yeah.
It's just the word truth and this picture.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of time to think about what this ending could look like. And again, like, on the one hand, this is somehow less than what I thought we would get. And it just... This doesn't feel good. And unlike Lovecraftian stories don't feel good.
Yeah.
But like... You're listening to Nyanthotep, who will do anything seemingly to put like her niece, her nieces in their place.
Yeah.
That is like her sole goal in both games, is to like fix the cosmos there.
Yeah.
So a conclusion here that's just like, oh, so like I thought, like, okay, it's probably gonna be like Rhok'zan was tricking you the whole time, and that's not the case. Rhok'zan was not tricking
That's
you.
good, because that was one thing that I was like, they can't, if they do that, that will really undermine everything. And this still undermines things, but
yeah,
like,
it's not even
don't do that.
Reaffirming like Stardust's original motivation to protect the world from eldritch influence.
Exactly, because you just destroyed it.
Yeah, you just kill everyone. And, gave Rhok'zan a nightmare and presumably, proved like,
Human always bad.
human always bad. Buck was right.
Also, Stardust is immortal. It's just gonna happen again.
Yeah.
It's just gonna do
She's
this
just
forever.
going to spawn back in, having been burnt.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
I agree with Ballistic.
Surprised that there's no emotional value to this ending. You don't really face any consequence, it just happens.
Yeah. I was fully expecting like a Rhok'zan confrontation moment, and that didn't happen.
Yeah. So, like, as far as, like, endings are concerned, this is somehow not as bad as I thought it would be. And that almost makes it kind of worse. Like, I was expecting there to be something, some writing.
It feels like, if this is the true ending, it should be more than it is. It feels like the bad end. It feels like okay, well, here's an ending. It gives you a little bit more lore, but
it feels like this should be truth in quotes.
Yeah.
It
feels like it should be, like, this is the optional bad end, like, that you can get. Again, it gives you a little bit more lore, but, like, it feels like nothing.
Buck wondering why he's now the chill one.
Right?
Yes. It's not as bad as anticipated because it's a nothing burger.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
It doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like an ending. It feels like an ending in the sense that, like, well, the world ended. Negative.
Negative.
Okay, here's the thing.
Yeah.
So, like, Rhok'zan's apocalyptic event is to consume the world into the Black Woods. Everyone becomes a member of the Thousand. In that, all war stops, all famine stops, no one ever dies from sickness, there's no childbirth deaths. Generally speaking, she creates utopia. In Ln'eta and Esther's apocalyptic endings, this is what happens. The world ends.
The world ends.
Just, it's gone. Everyone dies.
Yeah. The Lovecraftian horror of Rhok'zan's apocalypse is in that it is you are being taken over by another being.
Yes.
Like, that is the horror, but it is, between the two, clearly the better horror.
Yeah.
And there's an emotional cord to that. This is nothing.
Yeah.
This has no emotional cord. It could have, and it doesn't mean you'd like it better, but it would at least have something. It has nothing. This has nothing to it.
If like, it literally, before we got to this, had just a "I'm sorry, Rhok'zan."
Oh yeah.
Like, boy, would that actually feel something.
It would feel something, but it didn't. It didn't.
I'm still like.
I gave, like, Mantis a pitch that was like, I don't like the idea of it going this route, but if they wanted to go this route, because Auntie Nyan Nyan is trying to keep like, everyone separate from the Eldritch gods.
Yeah.
Like, they could have went the route that Auntie Nyan Nyan is tricking you, essentially.
Yeah.
And that, like, you realize it too late.
Yeah.
And you've severed your connection to Rhok'zan. She never sees you again, somehow. And that's not what they did.
Yeah.
Everyone's dead. Wah, wah, wah.
And the thing is also that, like, I've mentioned this before.
Yeah.
You can very really read, like, Auntie Nyan Nyan having possibly been involved in, like, Buck's descent into madness at his immortality.
Yeah.
Like, and granted, she said that she's never involved herself personally before. And she says she won't do that with Stardust.
Yeah, she's near at the tip. She's very well known for lying.
Yeah, the thing is that she could be lying.
She's based on a character who's a known deceiver.
Conversation with Buck in the Void afterwards, where it's a version of your last conversation with him, would have made the ending a lot better.
Yes,
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Just,
At least do something with it.
if you just wait long enough on that, like, end screen, Buck just comes into the middle of the frame and starts telling you off.
Yes.
For being a hypocrite.
Yeah, for real. It goes so counter to the theming of, like, this game. I refuse to believe it is a true ending.
Yeah.
Because that's just bad writing. That's just bad.
The way that it wraps up so quickly almost feels like it was the afterthought.
It does feel like an afterthought.
You didn't get to see what happens when you let Nyanthartep take Buck away.
Oh, what happens?
It goes to black.
You just die?
It just bad end black screen. Everyone blinked out of existence.
Okay.
Which was so funny. Because, ironically enough, that is just what would happen.
Yeah, probably.
You know, the eternal sleeper wakes up and just dies.
That's true.
God, I hate when true endings are way worse from a narrative storytelling perspective than other endings.
Yes.
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 You can't.
And it gets
You can't hear
frustrating.
me clapping because I'm wearing gloves, but
I'll clap for her.
yes.
Like,
I would have loved if it's like a really nuanced, like, complicated, like, matter of, like, yeah. Is Stardust, does Stardust have free will?
mm-hmm.
Is this all just caused by, like, the woods? Because, like, everyone, like, else here is just happy to be in the woods, except Billy, who is not happy because there's no violence anymore. She didn't get all of her violence out before world peace started.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, this also unifies humanity with, like, the Eldritch, because there's just Eldritch monsters roaming around outside with, like, the cultists and the other humans.
Yeah.
So, like, it's obvious, and we don't get, like, a notation of, like, oh yeah, like, people were super thrilled about this, or people resisted it and fought it, but they lost.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
So we're kind of just left with whatever we interpret out of the endings.
Yeah.
And the problem that, like, literally Ballistics had the entire time we've gone through this game has been, if you just sort of leave something up to interpretation, man, Buck's an idiot. Buck is the dumbest character. He's had millions of years to plan this, and the best he came up with was Kid willingly throwing his fans into a meat grinder in hopes that that will crush Stardust's spirit.
You
and there's
dumb
no
motherfucker.
aside from, like, Kid saying that this plan was made by Buck, it still could have been mostly figured out by Kid.
Yes.
Oh. Okay, unrelated, but have either of you played the Nonary games?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think I've heard of that, no.
Let me see if we just don't know the name. How do you spell?
Nonary, Nonary.
Oops. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you.
Nanny, how many times have we ambushed her? Of course she'd be jumpy.
I said I was sorry. I couldn't think of anything better to shout while I jumped out.
Why did you have to jump out at all?
Zero escape?
Doesn't sound familiar.
No, but if you think we'd be interested, we could definitely look into it.
So what's up with the what's up with those games though?
Like, of course, silly. Where else would we be? It's not like we can just leave the woods.
Just remember that it existed and how it's absolutely within the top 5 to 3 range of games I've played. Oh wow, that's a pretty high honor too.
But now that they've pretty much covered the whole planet, we can go everywhere. I can finally go shopping in Paris.
And I'll be able to go on a world tour. My fans will love it. And oh, Billy, you simply must come with me on tour. I'll need a bodyguard, and you're perfect for the role.
I'd rather eat my shoe.
Billy, stop being cranky.
Sorry. I didn't get enough violence out of my system before peace broke out.
You gotta love the fact that Billy is like legitimately 6 feet tall.
Yes.
She is so
yeah.
tall.
You should see outside, Stardust. Everything's different. It's a whole new world waiting to be re-explored. No reason to ever come back to this old place.
Yeah, I'd recommend it. The first game is a masterpiece with like one issue I have with it. The second game is good, but with more problems. Third is okay and kind of mid. But the first game is so obscenely good that it carries.
Sweet.
That's awesome.
Can we please get out of here already? The wallpaper's peeling, the floorboards are rotting, and I'm pretty sure I just saw a rat the size of a chihuahua run by. Had enough of this gross old house to last a lifetime.
I'd mentioned this, but you weren't here for it. It's very ironic for Nanny to say this, and like the house just looks pristine and normal.
This is her childhood home.
And it also works as a standalone game. Awesome.
Cool.
I always love it when like games in like a series can also be still functional as standalones.
Those are always the best.
Yeah.
You don't need to do it, but it's a smart decision to be able to make sequels to games that are standalone.
Yeah. Or like a game that you have planned for sequels.
Yeah. Or a game
in
that
the
you
case
planned.
of the first one here.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's, nice.
The other 2 games are more like add-on games.
Yeah.
Wait. You knew that she lived here? I spent forever trying to figure that out. Why didn't you help me or leave me a note or something? I was your boss.
What's your 1 rep max on bench press?
No worries. The rest of your family already got their chance to pack up and say their goodbyes. Only fair you get your turn.
Like the story of the first game genuinely got me hyped. Hyped for theorizing, which is the greatest honor I can bestow. That's awesome.
That is excellent.
And better yet, the story genuinely surprised me, and I didn't expect several things.
Ooh.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, they're totes outside. Your folks are like really hitting it off with Rhok'zan.
Color me shocked. Who could have possibly expected that a goddess of fertility and a married couple with 10 kids would get along?
But, like I said, no rush. Especially if you don't want to get caught in the crossfire of their grandkids discussion.
Take all the time you need. We'll wait for you.
Nah.
Nah. Fuck that shit, actually.
Thanks for playing.
And like, I know that obviously there isn't like an epilogue kind of message here, but like, this feels like more of a conclusion, you know?
Okay, so this one does say true end, not just good
Oh,
end.
it does say true.
Wait, it didn't say good end
It said good end.
It said good end when we played it the first time. Okay. Is it a sort of thing where you have to get both endings and then get the good end again, and it reveals itself as always have been true one?
Interesting.
Okay.
Either that or we're wildly misremembering
That's
this
also
thing.
entirely possible that we wildly misremember it.
I go in the background, you can see Kid running away from Billy, swinging her bat at him. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, what's the difference between saying the true end and the truth end? Like,
I think, like, the implication would be that, like, this, if something is the true end, it's the canon. The truth end, I guess, would be the ending that reveals, some deeper truth about reality. But again, like...
I really don't feel like it does, though.
It doesn't. Because you can... As we did, we went to go see Ln'eta, and then we left.
I know, I remember that.
Which technically...
Just like, no.
would still be getting the, quote, truth that Ln'eta would bestow. Unless the truth is that the planet was surrounded by a tree. In which case... Yeah, Stardust, just pay attention to what was being said. The Black Woods have mostly covered the Earth. What did you think was happening? Anyway, I still much prefer that.
That ending is the superior ending. It is...
Also,
yeah.
that ending gives you the main menu. The other one gave you a load screen. Why is it still listed as good end?
Wait, I'm still confused. What do you mean?
Anyway.
Anyway. That one is narratively the better end.
Yes.
I'm going to pretend it was always implied to be the true end. There is no weird confusion as to which one's the true end.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess I'm glad to have seen all of the endings to get, like, smidgens of more information from, like, from the good ends of the previous chapters, as well as not spraying everyone every time. Those are very fun. Spraying them and not spraying them are very fun just in general. At the very least, the, quote, truth end didn't ruin my opinion of the game, but it definitely kind of brings into some question about, like, what you're supposed to take away from it. So I'm not...
I'm gonna just pretend it doesn't exist.
L plus ratio. That's fun jokes, the canon.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, I'm glad to have seen the ending, even though the ending was kind of nothing. I guess which, I suppose makes, it's just sort of ending with a picture, for both equal, I guess, but...
Well,
it feels... Yeah. The true ending feels good. It feels like an actual ending.
The happy one.
The happy ending.
Yeah. Very confusingly
yeah.
written to be both good, and then it said true.
The Ln'eta ending is not...
No. I'm confused. But I'm happy more to have seen it so that, like, there's no more wild speculation. Because, like, you know, we both knew, it's like, okay, it's the fall of the Ln'eta ending, and it's supposedly the true ending.
Yeah.
And both of us were just like, well, that's just... But then, like, being able to see it, you're able to judge it, because, like, that's something that I repeatedly was like, if you don't see it, you can't truly judge it for its merits.
Yeah.
Its merits is nothing, but... Mostly because it gave us nothing.
Yeah.
Which is better than negative, but...
0 is still greater than a negative number.
But still, yeah.
Alright. But thank you for being here and re-experiencing Sucker for Love. First date and date to die for. And I did die during the buck fight, by the way.
You did you?
I did once. I got lost in the, like the little corner where the TV room is and the crawl space? I got stuck in a circle. If you don't get away from, because it was during the flesh mites, which is just that Buck is nearby. I also got extremely lucky that Buck just kept following me for most of the time. So I dealt with not as many encounters. Don't be a stream. The truth ending sucks, and Buck is legitimately a contender for stupidest character of all time. Thank you, and yeah. I hope you have a great rest of your day. We're gonna sign off for now.
See you.
See ya. Thanks for being here.